Welcome, friends, haters, gentle lovers, and feeders. Join me as we experience together the most bafflingly interesting person on the internet. On today's episode, Amberlynn Reed does basically nothing. Hello, my friends. It is a good day to be alive in the Amberverse. Beck responded to the already awful video that Amber made where she was apologizing. And no joke, that really should be shown in like psych classes as an example of a hardcore narc apology. That is Narcissism 101. Takes zero accountability, blames Beck for everything, all the while saying that she's taking all the accountability. It was mind-boggling how horrible it was. And as bad as we thought it was, turns out it's even worse. So I'm going to play this here. Because if I played this after every time Beck spoke, it would get a little old. So that's just going to take care of all of them. And we're not going to do the whole video. I'm just going to kind of hit a few points that I thought were interesting. And I'll probably just put this at the beginning of today's reaction to Amber's video that she's going to release today. But please go watch Beck's video. It's awesome. And they let Amber have it. So if you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not going to lie.
At 3 a.m. in the morning. I could have totally slept and waited till tomorrow to film this, but I think it's just so heavy that like I have to do it now so I can just be completely done with it.
This was so urgent that it took you 10 days to release this video. I want to thank you for adding me so swiftly to the queue of your videos. I really enjoy my iced tea.
So, what can you say? But that was one of those things where when Amber said it, it kind of set the tone for like, oh, this is going to be awful. This is going to be just so bad. And Amber is such a piece of shit that it's so heavy, you guys. It's so heavy. I just had to record it. And everybody responded the same way. Bro, you recorded this 10 days ago. What are you talking about? So heavy.
I watched Beck's new video that they posted tonight or today or whatever, but it was a new one. So that video genuinely shocked me and it made me feel stupid and dumb. And it made me realize that like the way that I viewed our relationship was completely wrong. And I was oblivious to a lot of things, even to the extent of the way that I treated them. So I want to be accountable in that.
People have been pointing out to you for years that you weren't treating me well. It's not that you weren't aware or that people weren't telling you. It's just that you didn't care. I hope that she says more than just I take accountability, because saying I take accountability isn't actually taking accountability.
And we all know where this goes because Amber doesn't say shit. She just says, I take accountability, and then says, okay, done. And it's worse than that. But Beck hit the nail on the head. Amber has been told time after time, day after day, year after year, that, wow, Beck clearly does not want to be on camera. Wow, you treat Beck like crap. And she just did it anyway. She didn't care. Because that is just a narcissist through and through, is I want to do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, whatever, like what you want doesn't matter.
Our relationship was definitely complex. And even though it might not be visible to the public or even to Beck in this moment, I have taken accountability for the things that I've done.
No, you haven't. And saying I take accountability is not taking accountability. I've never seen you take accountability, and I'm still waiting for it in this video.
I think what they're saying is they've never seen her take accountability for anything ever in the history of Amberlynn Reed being on the internet, right? And that is absolutely the case. She has never taken accountability for anything. Nothing is ever her fault. It's always somebody else, somebody or something else, my BPD, all that. She even blames her BPD and her anxiety in this video. And Becca's just calling her out, saying, what accountability? There's no accountability here. Is the accountability in the room with us?
And in the video, they even stated, like, I don't want you to reach out to me. And that's very much why I haven't, because I wanted to respect those boundaries. But they said, I don't want an apology from you. I genuinely feel like Beck deserves an apology for the wrongdoings that I did do. But if they don't want to accept it or hear it, then I have to be okay with that. I'm not going to apologize to the...
I have to be okay with that. Like, it's not about you, jackass. We don't care what you're okay with. That's not what an apology is for. An apology isn't for making you feel better.
The internet, the apology wasn't for you guys. It was for them.
What apology? I didn't get an apology.
And hello, did anybody expect that was actually true? Did anybody actually think that Amber apologized to Beck for anything ever? Of course not.
I feel like in this situation, like this type of accountability should be handled in private, just like the apology should have, and the sort of discussion that is like happening between back and forth with us. Like these things should be happening in private.
Those videos where you mistreated me were not private, and neither was all that stuff that you said about me for years.
And that's it, right? If you want things to be in private, don't post everything in your life. Especially when you're told constantly you're mistreating somebody. Either change your behavior or stop posting if you don't want to be called out on it. And then she has the audacity, after publicly treating Beck like crap for so long, to then say all of this, the stuff that I don't like, the stuff that makes me look bad, this part should be handled in private because I don't like it. Oh my gosh, she is so bad. We knew she was awful. We knew she's a horrible, horrible human being. And it never ceases to amaze me that she can just get worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Like there's no end. And I think the most frustrating thing is that she thinks she's awesome. She really doesn't see how awful she is. Even when being told. Ugh.
Because I have really bad memory problems due to moments of high stress, trauma, BPD. When I have anxiety, sometimes I'll literally like black out because I'm so.
And that part, I lost my shit because that is, I don't even know how to describe how much of a cop out and how much bullshit that is, right? I'm a BPD. And then I black out because of my anxiety. So yeah, I mean, I may have mistreated Beck, but it's because I was like not even conscious. Like, shut the fuck up.
So anxious.
That's a lot of things to blame instead of yourself. I do believe that she thinks that I'm exaggerating because in her mind, everything she did was not a big deal. But I don't think that she forgot about anything that she did. And it seems pretty obvious that she is aware that everything I've been saying is the truth.
So that is it in a nutshell, is Amberlynn really doesn't think she did anything wrong, right? She's just like, well, I don't know why you guys are so upset. I imagine she looks back at those videos and is like, I don't get it. What's the problem? When everybody else is like, holy shit. In fact, we're going to see a great example of that when we get to her react video. She watches her old self and is proud of what she sees. You're horrible. But she's like, what? I'm just being me. Because she's just naturally a horrible human being. She doesn't get it. And honestly, that's a big part of narcissism, right? Being a like malignant narcissist, and even a covert narcissist, they don't get it. They don't understand why it's a problem.
I just want to say, whether my apology was behind a paywall, whether it was in a Snapchat, whether it's in a YouTube video, or whether I say it to Beck directly, it is 100% sincere.
Nothing she's said so far has seemed genuine at all. And it does matter that it was behind a paywall. What does she expect me to pay $10 to receive her apology? Which, by the way, was not an apology.
The fact that she thinks that she can put an apology behind a paywall and then call it sincere is just, my God, like, how do we get here, right? How do you get to this point in your life where you're so disconnected from reality? I would imagine she would blame it on her horrible childhood that really happened, you guys, and her BPD, you know, all that stuff. But she's just a terrible human being who has never had to take accountability for anything because she has so many ass kissers and enablers that just keep giving her support and love because they believe this shit. There are people out there that hear her say this and believe it. This is the last part that we're going to cover from this video, but it is a doozy.
And I have apologized to them personally, but that was years ago after our breakup. Beck and I was friends for about a year after we broke up. And obviously that didn't work out, which...
You know, and when she said that, I was like, I doubt she ever apologized to Beck. Like, I just don't see that happening. So let's see what Beck says about that.
I understand.
Do you understand, Amber? Do you understand why I stopped talking to you and didn't want to be friends?
But I did apologize to them.
Never happened.
I don't...
There you go. Never happened. Of course it didn't. Okay, so when she talks about how she's taken accountability for her lies, or when she goes and does those videos where she admits to the lies, she admits to real stupid stuff, right? Like some of her weigh-ins or some just real petty things. But it's this kind of stuff. These lies, these are the ones that she needs to admit are lies. These are the ones that hurt people. These are the ones that she will never, ever fess up to. So if there are any Amberlynn defenders out there who say, oh, she comes clean about her lies all the time. Not these kinds of lies where she says, I apologize to Beck. Personally, you guys just weren't there. I apologize. And Beck says, that never happened. That is a harmful lie. And it's just so that she can take no accountability for anything ever. She can just lie and move on. So there's more, obviously. I covered like 5 or 6 minutes of their video, but go watch the whole thing because Beck just... And the great thing about Beck is they're not angry. They're not real animated or anything. They're just stating facts, right? They're just saying, that didn't happen. That's not how things work. That kind of thing. Just very matter of fact. So yeah, go see Beck's video. It's worth a watch. And I'm sure you've already seen it, but if for some reason you haven't, it's linked in the description. Okay, so in this, she's going to be reacting to that video where she's admitting to all her lies. And she says, this is so raw, you guys. And I've already reacted to that, so I'm going to post it in the little corner link thing up there. And I'll put a link in the description too. So if you want to see my reaction to what she's actually saying in that video, go watch that. It was a good one, man. She is a piece of shit. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to be cutting out a lot of that because really she doesn't say a lot in this video, but what she does say, like her reactions are infuriating. So I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up that there's a lot of stuff to say about the video she's reacting to, but I've already done that. So anyway, let's go see what she has to say about herself and how much she has matured and grown over the years. Amber just uploaded, and it's called Lying to All of You. And she already has a smug, annoying look on her face. Like this is going to be frustrating. I have a feeling. Because we know the important lies, like what I was saying a minute ago, the lies that she needs to come clean about or fess up to are never going to be admitted. So whatever these lies are that she's talking about, or whatever she's going to mention in this video is probably just bullshit. So anyway, here we go.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. This is the first video of the Reactlyn series. So I have no idea how this is going to go down.
Really? She's going to be doing reaction videos now?
But so many people are like, girl, just react to some videos. And I don't know what to react to.
So many people. There's so many people saying, girl, react to some videos. No, I think she just sat around going, I have no idea what I can do. I have no ideas for videos. I don't really do anything. So I'll just watch some of my old videos and talk about them. I don't think anybody has been asking for this. In fact, the most likely thing is people are saying, hey, you need to respond to a lot of the bullshit from your past. And she takes that as, they want React content from me.
So I went to Instagram and asked you guys, what do you want to see? And you guys gave me so many ideas. I got a cute little journal out and I wrote down at least 30 ideas. Like there's so
I got so many ideas. And it's just, and then the poop bun is just, after watching Beck's reaction video to her horrible apology, I have very few nerves left for her to get on, but she's dancing on them right now. And also, what did she mean by she wrote down 30 ideas? Like what kind of ideas? Like 30 videos to react to? What other video ideas could she have that she would actually do?
Many, but I figured I would start off with the video that I feel like altered my YouTube experience and like the way people view me. It's a video that I uploaded 9 years ago on August 5th, 2016. The video is called Confessing Everything I've Lied About. So I remember that the reason why I filmed that video is because I saw another YouTuber do a Confessing Everything I Lied About, and their audience was so like understanding and like gracious. And I was like, I need to do the same thing because I wanted to be accountable. I was like holding a lot of guilt. And instead of my audience reacting in the same way that that other YouTuber's audience did, it actually backfired on me. And
All right, so it's going to be this video right here. It's so raw, you guys. Oh, like that video. And the reason it backfired is because it was so obvious that she was insincere that she wasn't taking accountability for anything. She never has. And again, it was all the little stupid lies, like I didn't have a full-time job and crap like that. It wasn't the important lies that everybody like knows that are lies and you just won't admit to. That's why it backfired, because nobody was buying it. And also because you're a piece of shit.
ever since then, like I've been known as the girl who lied and the girl who continues to lie, even though since from that point, I've made sure to be honest and transparent, even in times where I did not want to be.
Wow, holy shit. She really just said that since 2016, she has been honest and transparent. Either the delusion is so incredible that she is just living in Delulu land, or she is just worse than even I thought. And the bar was about as low as it could get.
Have I been perfect? No. I am human, but I'm also a YouTuber who shares a lot, but I'm still trying to hold on to so much privacy that sometimes the lines are blurred. And anyways, let's like get into this reaction.
Hey you guys, so this video, let's be real, is a little, I don't know, nerve-wracking for me to film, but I feel like
I also thought it was funny. She looks like the way she's dressed in this video, she looks like a receptionist at a church or something.
I need to get this stuff off my chest, and I just want you guys to know that, sorry, my hair though, I knew I needed to poke these things down. Let's get real. Okay, I knew.
I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because man, this video is 33 minutes long. We're gonna be here all day.
That coming onto YouTube, I was going to need to protect myself. I knew also I was gonna get a lot of backlash. Backlash hurts sometimes. Unless you're a YouTuber who has a pretty decent following and they get a lot of haters, I don't think you'd understand.
You know, genuinely right here, I look so innocent, I sound so innocent, and I was getting a lot of hate at that time, but that girl right there had no idea what was coming for her.
And there's never any introspection, right? I was getting a lot of hate. Why? Why do you think that is? Why do you think you specifically are getting so much hate when all, like, she even said herself, that other YouTuber admitted to all these lies and got a lot of support. But you didn't. Why is that? She will never, ever try to figure out why she's different than everybody else. To her, it's because she's fat. That's it. She will always, or anything, right? She'll find any excuse to blame for why she's not treated like everybody else. She will never realize it's because she's an obvious liar. She's an obvious, just general piece of shit.
At all.
Just imagine yourself like at school and you get bullied by everyone in class. It hurts, it does.
And so she says, this version of me just doesn't know what's coming. You know, she doesn't know how bad things are going to get. Victim Lynn. That's all it is. This whole video is going to be her playing victim.
I feel like a lot of the time you need to protect yourself to prevent backlash, but no matter if I protect myself or if I don't, it's gonna happen.
See right there where I was saying, like, sometimes you have to protect yourself. I remember wanting to protect myself and the people around me because the hate was rising.
Oh, protect myself and the people around me. No, not a chance she had any thought for anybody but herself. But that is a telltale narc behavior, right? To say, I'm doing this for me and for us. When she doesn't give a shit about anybody else. She doesn't want to protect anybody else.
It was getting worse. And trust me, I was bullied in school. I very much was. But I was bullied by like a handful. And now all of a sudden I was being bullied by hundreds. I think I was just becoming overwhelmed.
And I feel like I need to kind of admit to something.
And there was never a thought of maybe I shouldn't be on the internet. Never even crossed her mind.
Things that I have lied about. This is really hard. I'm not a liar.
This is really hard. I'm not a liar.
I I was protecting my feelings as much as I could. I know it's selfish of me to do. I'm putting myself online for a reason, to speak out and be like, this is me, this is who I am. And it's like, I still felt like there were certain things that I needed to kind of hide away.
And I do feel like that's okay. Like, I absolutely agree with myself back then. I wanted to be.
I just noticed, one thing that I will say is she's not reacting to the laptop. I guess, it's the little things.
Open and transparent and share my life, but like there was also another side of me where I was like, I need to protect some things, and in doing so it led me to lie, which then led me to make this video. And it's like, I don't even remember the things I lied about, so let's keep watching.
Trust me, there's a lot of things about
I mean, if your mouth is moving, there's something you're lying about
me that you guys have no idea about. But it's like, if I bring something up or whatever, or you guys see something, like, I shouldn't lie. I guess maybe ignore the situation. I really don't know.
Sadly, I have learned that even ignoring a situation, shit still gets hectic. Some people believe that withholding information equals lying, but I don't see it that way. When you're sharing your life on YouTube, sometimes you want to withhold things. Like, you still want to have like your privacy bubble. And I feel like that frustrates a lot of people, but it shouldn't. I think every YouTuber or...
Well, but nobody, she just, either this is intentional and she's just trying to get people pissed off at her, or she is so fucking delusional. The thing is, she's saying, it's just these things that I want to keep private, and people will just want to... No, it's when you do something terrible and people are like, why aren't you talking about the thing that you did? She's like, I just want to keep that private. And just by me keeping it private, people think that I'm lying or hiding something. Like, no, they're just wanting you to explain why you're such a horrible human being. That's almost always when she gets called out for being silent or not talking about an issue. It's because of something that she did. Like the PDF stuff right now. The silence is deafening, but it's people. All it is people going like, hey, what was this all about? What, all these things that you did, what is this about? So she pretends like she's trying to just keep her life private and keep it to where, people don't know everything about her life. But that's not what people are asking. People aren't wanting to know the intricate details. People are wanting to know your response to your bad behavior.
Or a reality star, whoever it may be, should only share what they are comfortable with.
I do have...
There you go. It's victim Lynn again. I should only be able to share what I'm comfortable with. So when I behave horribly, when I treat people like shit, and you call me out on it, I should be able to just not talk about that in peace and protect my peace. What an asshole.
I have a list of things I want to talk about.
Your girl has always been a list maker. Still am.
So the first thing, some of these you guys might not care about or whatever, but the reason why we moved to Kentucky, I said it's because Esme wanted to be there for her mom. I said we wanted to take care of her. I think I might have said that in a vlog. I don't know why, but it's not the truth.
See, it's all these really stupid lies, like why they moved to Kentucky. And in a minute, she'll get into like the fact that she doesn't have a full-time job and she said she did. Like, nobody cared about that stuff, right? That's why Amber got the backlash, is because there were some actually important things that she was lying about, and she's not admitting to any of that. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Her reacting to this video is her just not addressing the fact that she lied about saying, I apologize to Beck. Those are the kind of lies that we're talking about, but she won't admit to any of those. And keep in mind that this reaction video she's making is recorded right after the quote unquote apology to Beck. So, she said she hasn't lied since 2016, and yet she just said she apologized to Beck when that wasn't true. So that's the kind of lie I'm talking about. And the fact she'll just never take accountability for those kinds of lies. It's just these petty lies that nobody cares about. But that's what Amberlynn has always done, is respond to the lies or admit to the lies that are just total nonsense and nobody cares about. In fact, she has done several, I admit to lying type of videos, and they've all been the real surface level stuff, like, oh, I eat fries with a fork and stuff like that. And that's so she can say she's taking accountability when she doesn't actually have to take real accountability for anything.
We were just tired of Florida, honestly. I mean, mainly Destiny was. Her mainly. She just felt kind of like it was time to move on from Florida. You know, some things were happening that she just wasn't happy about, and she wanted a new beginning. But I just felt like it was easier for me to say, you know, well, we just want to be there for her mom.
Okay, Amberlynn, this lie confuses me because I feel like it would have been easier for me to just straight up be like, Destiny wants a new start somewhere else. I don't know why I had to like say something that wasn't true. That's a little weird, gotta admit.
I don't know.
So from what I understand, Destiny did say that she really just wanted to move. So, whatever.
I don't know if you guys will consider that a lie or not.
It doesn't matter. This was such a nothing burger that nobody really cared why they moved to Kentucky.
Like truthful about. So if you guys remember my aunt situation, this was a while ago though.
Oof, the aunt situation. I was not expecting this.
The aunt situation. So Amberlynn basically just said, my aunt doesn't talk to me anymore because I'm fat. And her aunt said, wait a minute. What are you talking about? That is not the case at all. And called her out for being just a liar and just generally a horrible person. And then Amberlynn backtracks that. You know, in fact, in this video, she backtracks it.
Months to be honest, when I uploaded a video about how my aunt doesn't talk to me anymore because I'm fat. I'm a little on edge about that. I ended up talking to her and my cousins regarding that video. I had no idea they were gonna see it. I had no idea my aunt even watched my YouTube anymore.
That is a true statement.
That's weird. It's a little weird that she would say that is a true statement. Why'd she say that right there and not about anything else?
I did not know that she watched all my videos. And I will say, when I did upload the my aunt doesn't speak to me anymore because I'm fat video, I genuinely, at the time, that's like genuinely how I felt. But that doesn't mean that it's true.
Or anything. And
still hedging, right? Even after admitting that she just dragged her aunt on a YouTube video, she can't admit fault. That's just how I felt. She admits that it's not true, but doesn't say, yeah, I made a mistake. That was a bad idea. I'm sorry.
they were greatly offended. But at the time, I was vulnerable and I was upset, and I really felt like blaming my weight on everything was just like the easiest way to go.
Okay, taking accountability. A round of applause, round of applause.
Did she just say that was taking accountability? Hold on, let's listen to that.
Greatly offended. But at the time, I was vulnerable and I was upset, and I really felt like blaming my weight on everything was just like the easiest way to go.
She's saying that is taking accountability? Blaming something else? Blaming your weight? She doesn't know what accountability means. That's the problem. She really doesn't understand what accountability is.
Okay, taking accountability. A round of applause, round of applause. I'm not gonna lie, no pun intended. I'm not gonna lie, I still do that now. I blame my weight on a lot of things. And sometimes it's things that like don't even make sense and aren't really justified.
What does she think she's taking accountability for there? Is she saying that admitting that she's blaming her weight for everything is taking accountability? No, taking accountability would be like, I blame my weight for stuff I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. That would be taking accountability. Wow. No wonder her apology to Beck was so bad, because she doesn't even know what accountability is.
It's hard. Like, I have a weight issue, and I have, mental issues that cause, me to be bigger. You don't just get this big for no reason. It just doesn't work that way. Like, of course, you can get, overweight. That's normal, but to become so morbidly obese, there's something wrong. And I kind of wanted to ignore all that and just be like, oh, my aunt doesn't talk to me because I'm fat. I just thought it would be easier.
And truly?
And still no apology to the aunt. So no accountability in sight. Because to take accountability, you have to admit that you've done something wrong and apologize. But she basically just said, yeah, my aunt got offended, but here's the reasons why I said it. That's what she thinks taking accountability is I'm sorry you were offended, but this is the excuse I have. Accountability, round of applause, round of applause.
Yeah, back then, I did a lot of clickbait. And I think also titling my video that was very like eye-catching, and I knew that people would want to watch.
Wow. So listen, there are so many reaction channels. It does feel like you kind of have to title your video something that people will go, I wonder what this is about, And it's always at Amberlynn's expense, for sure. But Amberlynn has earned titles made about her, about how horrible she is and stuff like that. Her aunt is not a public figure, right? So to title a video, "My aunt doesn't talk to me anymore because I'm fat," is clickbaiting at somebody else's expense that's not a public figure. And she doesn't see anything wrong with that.
Weight when it comes to me and my aunt's, relationship. I pushed her away because of just who I am and how I am as a person. And that's the truth. And it's really not has anything to do with my weight. At the time I felt like that.
And when she says who I am as a person, what she means is my mental illnesses. Still not taking accountability, still blaming other things.
Sometimes I still do. I really don't know.
It's kind of crazy to me that like I am taking a lot of accountability and
You're taking a lot of accountability. No, you're just blaming things for everything you do. She really thinks this is accountability. Holy shit. I don't know what to say other than she does not understand the difference between accountability and blaming things.
I feel myself being super vulnerable in this video, and I'm genuinely admitting to things that like I know at the time I did not want to admit to. Like being that vulnerable sometimes is really embarrassing, and I felt a lot of shame there, and I kind of feel it now.
I think I gave her a lot of excuses as to who I am. I fibbed to her a few times just so she would stay in my life. I know that sounds so fucking strange, but
wow, that is crazy behavior. So back then, I displayed a BPD symptom that I also still.
Let's just keep in mind, she has never been officially diagnosed with BPD, as far as we know. She just claimed it one day when it started getting popular on TikTok. She heard about it, started saying she has it, and then she starts this kind of shit where she says, "Oh, all this bad behavior, all this stuff that I'm doing, I'm blaming things on, that's my BPD. The way I abused Beck, that's my BPD." Boy, when she saw TikTok and she saw those symptoms and decided, man, that could excuse everything I do, that was the best day in her life.
Struggle with, but I'm telling you, my early 20s, I was so bad with that. So what it is when you feel like you're being abandoned by someone that you really care about, you go to like extreme lengths to try to get them not to abandon you. And me admitting that I would tell my aunt fibs just so she wouldn't leave my life is really sad to hear.
That's more, I mean, honestly, it fits more narc than BPD for her. The culmination of all of her symptoms or all of her behavior is serious narc, right? Malignant narcissism. Now, I can't diagnose her, obviously, but it fits because it's not that she doesn't want her to leave because she has abandonment issues. It's she doesn't want to leave because why would anybody ever leave me, right? She doesn't understand why somebody would leave me. I am so amazing and so wonderful that it pisses her off that somebody would leave her. And she feels like she has ownership of that person, right? Like, you can't leave me, you're mine.
Like, that is genuinely like, damn girl, you have been struggling for far too long. And I know I'm not perfect now in 2025, but like the Amberlynn back then.
Not perfect. Oh my God. I know I'm not perfect. Like, we are deep into Lululand right now.
9 years ago, she didn't know all of the knowledge that I know now about BPD. It doesn't make those things right or okay, but like looking back and now having an explanation is just like, whoa.
I don't know. That's really all I want to say.
Having an excuse, having something to blame for everything.
Regarding that is, no, my aunt, she didn't stop talking to me because I'm fat. She stopped talking to me because of the issues I brought upon her, I guess. And if she's watching this, I am so sorry. And I really just, I wish I could change who I am as a person.
See, so I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. That was all that was. I'm sorry. I wish I could change who I am as a person, meaning I wish I didn't have all this mental illness and stuff. Not, I'm sorry. You deserved better. I apologize. Period. I'm sorry. It's all this other stuff. It's all these other reasons.
It breaks my heart to see myself like that because I know that I was struggling and I didn't understand.
And it was a fake cry. It was so obviously fake. It was performative. And so the fact that she can sit here and go, it breaks my heart to see me like that. What more do you need? What other thing can you say other than she's horrible? She's just a piece of shit.
Understand why I was the way I was in any regard. And it's like now as a 34-year-old woman, I was literally 25 then. I was just in my mid-20s. I had no idea.
which was right around the time she was posting all that stuff on Ask FM. It wasn't very long after that Ask FM stuff.
Yeah, why I was the way I was. So being able to kind of like figure that out now, like I feel bad that I've let down that girl from 9 years ago because I didn't do it sooner, but I'm also glad that I'm doing it now.
Because I really want my aunt back. Like,
I mean, look at the fake tears, the fake crying. This is why it backfired, because it's so obviously performative.
affects me, it really does. Sorry. Okay.
And the Amberlynn now is like, oh man, that was a good performance, you know? Because she knows it was fake, right? Just keep that in mind. All the while we're watching this and watching her react to this, she knows this is fake. She knows she's just she doesn't understand the difference between blaming and accountability, but she knows that this kind of stuff is fake. And yet she's giving herself so much credit.
The next thing is my weight. I wouldn't say I've lied to you guys per se about it, but I definitely haven't been like very into like telling you guys my weight.
All right, you guys, so here is the moment that made it to where like no one ever believes my weigh-in videos. Like people have been saying I've been lying about my weight since the end of time, when in actuality, the only time that I've ever lied about my weight was during this moment in this video, and I forget how I even did that. Like I'm on the edge of my seat, like I just want to keep watching.
I'm fluctuating.
People don't believe your weigh-ins because you lie about everything. It wasn't this moment. It was for everything. Everything you've ever said almost is a lie.
And I haven't really been 100% honest about that, because whenever someone asks me, you know, oh, she's gaining weight or whatever, I always just say I'm losing. I don't know. I
don't know.
Don't need the backlash.
So I do understand myself back then. Like I understand why I would say that, because I was not used to the hate. I was not used to the backlash. Now, I don't care if you guys know how much I've gained, how much I've lost, how much I've maintained.
Well, then why do you post it? You talk about it all the time. That's all you talk about is your weight and your food goals and your calories and crap. She cares so much.
Meaning, like, obviously, because I'm used to the backlash, I'm used to the hate. But back then, like, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want you guys to know, but I should have just ignored it. I shouldn't have lied. I shouldn't have led you guys astray thinking I was losing weight when I wasn't. That's not okay. And that has definitely made it to where it's hard for you guys to believe me now, which I understand that, but it was 9 years ago. Since that video, I can tell you, I have never lied about my weight since then.
I can 110% say I've never been 500 pounds. I know a lot of people are saying, you know, oh, she's 500 pounds, she's about to be 650 pounds. Like, this has never happened.
I was absolutely being honest there. And a lot of people even think now, like, oh, you've been 600 pounds. Oh, you're 650 right now. Oh, you're 700. People have always crazily overestimated like how much I actually weigh.
So, I mean, 700 is crazy. There's no way she got to 700 because she's really short. So if she was going to be 700 pounds, she would absolutely be bedbound. There's no way she could get up and move around. But I think she hit 600. I mean, during the Beck era, the highest weight we saw was like 572.4. But I think she quit weighing herself in like the 590s and just never told us about it. And I think she got above 600, but I doubt she ever weighed herself during that time. So one of those rare instances where she's probably telling the truth, but it's sort of like in a weasel way by saying, I've never seen 600 on the scale. But I think she knew she was above 600.
My highest weight is 485. And right now, today, I weighed 476, I think it was. And currently, right now, I am losing weight. Like, I'm not.
She's just so insincere, and it's just such an obvious performance. I would have deleted this video if I were her. If it was me looking back at this video, I would have been like, man, this does not make me look good. It's obvious I'm lying. It's obvious this is not it, you know? But she looks back at it and is just so proud of her younger self for coming forward and doing this.
The next thing is about my girlfriend, Destiny's weight gain, and if she's actually gained weight.
So before we continue to see what I said about Destiny, I think this is another prime example of I should have just ignored it, and I shouldn't have mentioned my partner's weight gain, weight loss, whatever it may be. But I have a feeling I'm going to say to like protect Destiny, I lied.
To protect Destiny. No, girl. Nothing you ever do is to protect anybody else.
I told you guys that Destiny has not gained weight since she's been with me. I've said that at least 100 times, but she has gained weight since she's been with me.
We're not surprised, Amberlynn. We are not surprised.
I do want to say, before she met me, she gained weight from birth control. A lot of people are like, why'd she take birth control? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's not really your business. Like, I don't want to say,
girl, you should have just said that when people are like, has she gained weight? You should have also been like, that's none of your business. But I think I understand why I didn't say that. It's because if I would have said that's none of your business, then people would assume that she gained weight. And my idea at the time of protecting Destiny was to let people know that no, she did not.
I mean, we can see, right? So when Destiny starts, like, you can look at an old video and then look at a newer video and be like, yeah, she's bigger or whatever. So you can't really lie about whether or not somebody's gained weight because we can just see it.
when I moved in with her, or we like moved in together in our apartment, she weighed 181 pounds. And as of today, she weighs 206.
Okay, this is weird behavior. Now I'm like giving specifics. I went from wanting to protect Destiny to now like giving specifics of like how much she's gained. That's weird. I should have just stuck with, yeah, I lied about that. Let's move on.
I want her to lose weight more than I want myself to lose weight because I care about her and love her.
This is one of the most iconic moments from Amberlynn history where she says Destiny doesn't understand nutrition like I do. And basically saying Destiny's an idiot and can't do anything for herself. So I really am curious to see what Amber takes from that.
More than I love myself. And when I see her eat something that's bad for her, it breaks my heart because
So what she's implying here is if it were up to Amber, Destiny wouldn't have gained any weight. If only she would listen to me, Destiny would not have gained any weight. Because I see her eating all this junk and I'm like, girl, stop eating all the junk. I try to stop her, but she just won't. Implying that Amber really was trying to be the hero, but against all of Amber's advice and feedback, Destiny just kept eating and gaining weight. It couldn't possibly be that Amber talks about food nonstop all day long. It's all she talks about, all she thinks about. And to make her feel better, she constantly wants her partners to eat too, because then she doesn't feel so weird about eating all the time. Couldn't be that. It has to be that Destiny just wanted to gain weight. She just wanted all this junk food, but I tried to stop her.
she doesn't understand nutrition like I do.
She doesn't understand nutrition like I do. That went viral.
And I don't, like, who's
Yeah, it did, because it's so ridiculous. What is that all you're going to say about it? Please tell me she says something else about that.
gonna listen to me? Look at me, you know, that's just how it goes. I did not want this video to be like this.
And that is so crazy. I mean, think about what she's saying there is, I really do know nutrition, but nobody listens to me because I'm the fat girl, right? Still playing the victim. Like, I know, but nobody's going to listen to me because I'm the fat girl. That's why Destiny gained weight, because she just doesn't listen to me. But Amber's not going to say anything about that. She just says, that went viral. Yeah, why? Why do you think that went viral?
But I should have known. Okay, so something else I've lied about
She really isn't going to address it at all. She's just going to say it went viral and move on. Wow.
is the job I had in Florida. I told you guys that I was a PCA worker at a assisted living facility full-time, and I wasn't. I was a PCA worker at assisted living.
See, this is one of those lies that, like, nobody cared about. Nobody cares. Like, I'm sure people were talking about it. People were like, girl, I doubt you're full-time. But if that had never been addressed, nobody would ever have cared. They probably would have made fun of her for it a little bit, but it was not that big a deal.
Living facility, but I was not full-time.
You guys, I miss that job so much. That is by far my
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you missed that job. Okay. Yeah, you miss getting up and going to a place and having to stay there for hours and actually do a job. Yeah, I'm sure you missed that. I just don't know who's believing this shit.
favorite job that I've ever had. It was so rewarding.
Has she ever had any other jobs? Do you guys know of any other jobs she's ever had? I've never heard of any other jobs. That's the only one I've ever heard her talk about.
And the people I met were absolutely amazing. So I would go in there on my days off. Me and Destiny would go in there on our days off, and I would do a lot of volunteering. I even did on days where Destiny wasn't working because I genuinely enjoyed being there.
How? How would you have done that? You couldn't drive. That is such a lie. There's no chance she went in on her days off. The only time that I can see that being a possibility is if Destiny went in on her day off for whatever reason, and Amber just tagged along, because of course she did. But no, she never like voluntarily went in just to do some work on her day off. Bullshit. No way.
And being with the residents. So I think the reason why I was like, yeah, I work full time is because I did go there during a full-time shift, because when Destiny was working, because we worked together, I would also.
She's really saying the reason I said I was full time is because even when I wasn't working, I was just there all the time. I was there like basically the same amount as if I was full-time. God damn, dude, the delusion or the way she just lies about everything is pathological. Even in the video that she's reacting to, she kind of admits like, yeah, I didn't really have a full-time job, and just says, I don't know why I did that, and moves on. But now she's making an excuse for it. So how much have you grown? How much have you changed? You've gotten worse.
Also go there with her. I don't know why I couldn't have like literally just said that though. Like, I don't know why I had to say that I like worked full-time. I should have just said I have a part-time job, but I'm there full-time.
I have a part-time job, but I'm there full-time. So she has now gone from just admitting to what she was doing to now, in present day, making new excuses.
Worked 4 hours. It started off 4 hours a day for 3 days, and then I got 4 hours a day for 4 days, and then I got 4 hours a day for 5 days. And then eventually I was 4 hours a day for 6 days. And then I started covering a lot of other just random shifts, like 8-hour shifts. And I did a 16-hour shift one time.
I'm telling you, that 16-hour shift was rough. I was there the whole day and then the whole night. And then I had to wake up the residents, change their Depends, and shower some of them. And I was like half asleep. I was like, this is the
No way. There is no way on earth she was able to do any of that. Not a chance. This is such a lie. I love Reese's Pieces, bro. My one weakness. So there's no chance she was doing that, right? As big as she was, as lazy as she is, she's acting like she was out there just constantly busy and constantly helping, and no chance. She was in the office area at best, right? Just sitting there talking to people and just bullshitting all day. There's literally zero chance she was out there actually changing Depends and showering the patients and stuff like that. There's no way that's true.
sleep. I was like, this is the first time I've ever done this, like a 16-hour shift. But honestly, still such a rewarding job no matter how tired I was.
I was part-time. I was always on call, but I was part-time. I
was always on call. Yeah. It's an emergency. Send Amberlynn. Bullshit.
lied to you guys and said I was a full-time because
that got me when I recently watched this. I did a react to it, and when she said I was never full-time, like, she's so bad she doesn't even know what part she should be crying about, you know?
I felt so guilty about my life in Florida. I mean, my life in Virginia. Sorry, I've lived so many places I don't even know anywhere. Okay, I felt so guilty about my life in Virginia. I lived with my ex-girlfriend for almost 4 years without a job, and I lived off of her parents. And
all right, so here I feel like I'm just making excuses for the lie that I told because the excuse doesn't even make sense. Like, I should have been proud of.
Bro, you could just say that at the beginning of this video and then just let it play, because that's all that's happening is you're making excuses for everything.
For the fact that I even got a part-time job after spending so many years without a job. Like, I should have been proud of that, but instead it's almost like I felt ashamed, which is really weird.
I got a lot of...
I think she says it's her favorite job, but I got a part-time job after so many years without a job. Meaning, because the truth is she just never had a job until that one, and she couldn't hack it. She had it for what? I think it was like 5 months. She did not stay at that job very long.
I thought by saying I had a full-time job that it would make me seem like some freaking awesome person, and really it didn't.
I can't believe that this backfired. I can't imagine why people weren't just immediately Amberlynn defenders after seeing this. I think my eyes are gonna break from rolling so hard during this video.
I don't know why I lied about that. Besides the point is I almost needed confirmation from other people that I was capable to be in this world.
Validation. Validation is the word I was looking for. I felt like I needed validation from other people. I felt like people would think that a part-time job isn't as good as a full-time job. But Amberlynn, it was good enough. I just wish you believed it then.
Sometimes I just...
Kumbaya. So I'm pretty sure the reason she said that she had a full-time job is because at the time people were calling her out for being such a mooch. And I guess she thought by saying she has a full-time job, it would get people to stop saying she's a, parasite.
Just felt like why do I live off of everybody? Why can't I just support myself? I did not want to live off of Destiny. And when I was living in Florida.
But she did. She lived off of Destiny. Even when she had the part-time job, a lot of the money came from Destiny. She didn't make very much at that job. And she wasn't at that job for very long. So she started making some money on YouTube at this point, but it wasn't that much yet, you know.
Florida at the beginning, I did not make enough money on YouTube. I lied about that. I did not make enough money on YouTube to support us at all. Now I will say YouTube income is incredible, and I'm so grateful for you guys because it really helps. It doesn't just help me, but it helps Destiny, and it helps her mom when she needs something. And
no chance she gave Destiny or her mom anything. No way. That's just not even an option. Nope. Because at this time, back in 2016, she was making a few $100 a month, I bet. You know, she hasn't hit her peak yet. She was doing some mukbangs and stuff like that, but she really hadn't caught on that much yet. She was starting to make some money, but it was probably a year or so after this that she really started to make money. So at this point, she was making a little bit. And there's no way she gave any of it to Destiny or her mom.
Like, YouTube is a job right now. It's reliable income, and it's a lot of income, and I'm appreciating it so much. Like, I don't even need a job outside of YouTube, but I feel like because of all those years that I didn't have a job while living in Virginia, that I need a job. I need to pay back. I need to, it's like a whole thing, but I just wanted you guys to know. Anyway.
And see, at the time, her little bit of money she was getting on YouTube, she thought was really good income because she didn't have any responsibility. She didn't have any bills to pay. So all that money just came in. She got to spend it on whatever she wanted. Earrings and journals and clothes. So yeah, it's great income. I can just, whatever. I can buy whatever I want. It's great. Because somebody else is getting all the bills and stuff. So yeah, like I said, not long after this, she started making real money on YouTube. But right now, it's just enough for her to buy whatever she wants.
It sounds to me like I had a lot of guilt for not having a job while living in Virginia. And I think maybe like that's why like in the recent years, I have been so giving money and buying people gifts and buying people things. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're buying love, which maybe that's a huge part of it too. But I also think
well, at least she can admit that a little bit. Like she love bombs. That's another narc thing. She love bombs anybody because it's power over them, right? It's to show that she is better than them. She has more money than them. And she feels like it makes them indebted to her.
It's me just like making up for all that I was given when I was in need.
Something else
Think about how much time was spent on the job that nobody gave a shit about, right? A giant chunk of this video was explaining why she lied about having a full-time job.
I've lied about is my blood pressure. On several occasions, I have said I don't have diabetes, I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have high cholesterol, I don't have this or that, whatever. All of that is true besides the blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure, but I have borderline high blood pressure, where it's like semi-high. It's not high enough for me to take a pill, but it is there.
This is
I have sort of almost high blood pressure, you guys. I'm being very honest and transparent.
another example of like I just should have ignored it. I can understand not wanting to like tell people like medical stuff, but instead of saying like I don't have high blood pressure, just like never talk about the topic. And just an update on that, I still don't have diabetes, I still don't have pre-diabetes, but
which is wild. She doesn't understand how lucky she is. Either she's lying or she is one of the luckiest people on earth to be able to do this for a living and to not have diabetes at her size and her diet. I don't get it. I don't get how she gets all the luck.
I still do have borderline high blood pressure, but it's never been to the point of like doctors wanting to put me on medication.
And it's a little scary, let's be real. I just...
There's got to be a tear in there somewhere. Ooh, tear. No, okay, well, whatever.
I want to be a healthy person. Like, this video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Yep, that's another moment that went viral. And I also was noticing while I'm watching this, why am I so whiny? Like, I'm giving whiny, and it's making me cringe, just like the slightest bit.
Fuck me, like...
The slightest bit? Girl, it's not whiny, it's fake.
Damn.
Excuse me, Amberlynn, what'd you just say?
I wanted people to think I was healthy, even though I have unhealthy written all over me. Like, this is not good. People think I'm promoting obesity, and I'm not. I'm just trying to promote, like, love yourself no matter what while you're trying to better yourself. But it's like, don't be this person.
I still agree with that. Like, I will never promote morbid obesity, obviously. Like, I am just a human existing. And I'm also trying to show that, like, you can love yourself and be confident, all while trying to improve. Like, I don't think that anyone should be this size.
I mean, the sentiment is good, but when you're 500 pounds, you should not be confident. Now, if you had some skills, right? If you could draw, or if you could sing, or if you could, do, like, be confident in that kind of stuff, but don't be confident in your body when you're 500 pounds plus. You should be motivated. You should be scared, right? You should be afraid for your life, but confident, I just don't think that is what you should be going for when you're 500 pounds.
And be okay with that. Like, there's a difference. But back to what I was saying about, like, wanting people to think I was healthy. Like, I get that, because there's such a stigma on, like, bigger bodies mean worse health. And honestly, it's true. Statistically, it is true. Yes, skinny people have heart attacks. Skinny people have diabetes. Skinny people. But bigger people are more prone to these things.
Okay, so that may be one of the smartest things she's ever said, right? The bar's pretty low. But yeah, that's the problem with the, like, fat acceptance and fat liberation crowd, is they say, well, skinny people get that stuff too. So obviously there's nothing wrong with being obese. But the point is, if you're obese, your chances of having heart attacks, heart disease, all kinds of joint issues and stuff like that, all those are far more likely if you're obese. It's not a guarantee. It's like not wearing a seatbelt, right? Like, yeah, people die even if they're wearing a seatbelt, but you're far more likely to survive a crash if you're wearing a seatbelt. And yeah, there's always going to be an anomaly where because somebody was wearing a seatbelt, they were killed, but that is so rare, and you are far, far, far more likely to survive a crash wearing a seatbelt than if you aren't. And it's the same thing with obesity, right? There are skinny people that get diabetes and high blood pressure and stuff like that. But generally speaking, you are far more likely to get it if you're obese.
I haven't been tested for diabetes or, cholesterol or whatever in a while. So I don't know. But I can safely say that, like, if I eat a lot of sugar or whatever, like, I don't feel any differently. So I want to assume I don't have diabetes. I'm just purely assuming, you guys. I really don't know.
I'm just purely assuming, guys. I don't know. Oh my God, so fake.
Thankfully, this time I'm not just guessing, and I actually do know.
And that's what scares me. I currently don't have a...
When did she last get tested for diabetes?
I've gotten to the point in my life, and since I've gained so much weight, everything is hard. People ask if showering is hard. Yes.
So in this video that I'm actually reacting to, at the time I was living in Destiny's mom's house, and the shower that she had was like this old-fashioned.
So here comes an excuse for why showering was hard in that specific location. Not that it's hard because she's morbidly obese, but because the shower.
And like a small tub that like was on feet, and it was so tall, and like the feet were so small that every single day I had to take like a shower outside of the shower. Showering at that time was like virtually impossible, or like a normal shower. Like, I made sure to clean my body almost every single day, but like I never stepped in the shower. And to wash my hair, I had to like put my head down and like wash it that way, like in the tub. It was rough, it was hard, it was embarrassing.
People ask if I can wear...
And so she's making the excuse for why it was hard then, but she's bigger now. And she's alluding to the fact that it's not so bad now. It was just because of that tub, you guys.
Seatbelt? No, they don't fit me. People ask if going up the stairs is hard. Yes. People ask, why do I ride a freaking Walmart cart?
You know what, let's go.
In the tub, it was rough, it was hard, it was embarrassing.
People ask if I can wear a seatbelt. No, they don't fit me. People ask if going up the stairs is hard. Yes. People ask, why do I ride a freaking Walmart cart? Not only is it my foot, that is the 100% truth. I do have either a heel spur or a plantar, whatever. I have not gone to a doctor for it.
Plantar fasciitis is what she was trying to say, but she said, people ask if I have
but it's also because I get so winded so fast, and it's because of my weight. And God, I would do anything to be able to vlog how I want to, but I feel like the only reason why I mean, what am I trying to say? I feel like the only time I vlog is when I'm sitting or when I have air, like even just sitting here, like sometimes I feel like I'm out of breath, and it's because of my weight, and I know you guys see it too, and like
hashtag relatable girl, because I still struggle with that. I have gone through waves where my stamina has been worse and then better and then worse and then better again. My stamina then at the age of 25.
She uses stamina as a measure for how well she's doing just in life, right? In her weight loss and stuff. She can gain 50 pounds, but as long as she can stand for 5 minutes, her stamina is good, you guys. So I'm doing great. Or if she can walk Twinkie, which I don't think she is. The ankle makes a good point that mop handle is out there a lot. She can say it's a broom all she wants, but I didn't see it. And isn't it funny how she says, oh, that thing over there, people were asking me if it's a mop, but it's a broom. But A, it was not people, it was the ankle. And B, she didn't show it. So I'm going to guess that Twinkie's just peeing on the floor and she's just cleaning it up. So whether or not she's walking Twinkie is debatable. But she tends to say, oh, I can walk Twinkie for 5 minutes, so my stamina. So I'm good. I can keep eating what I'm eating because my stamina is so good.
Is probably very similar to how my stamina is now, but the only difference is I actually push myself to do more.
she pushes herself, you guys, to do more. She pushes herself right to the refrigerator and pushes herself right back. Well, I will say she does kind of push. She pushes from left to right as she walks.
there's times where I'm like, where I am in the store, like I do go in the store, like I don't just not. There are times where I'm in there and I want to show you guys something cool, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to talk because I can barely breathe because I'm standing and walking, and it's really embarrassing.
As I was describing that, I think it made me realize that my stamina is actually better than it was then, because I vlogged while I was in Target recently and I was up walking in there for like 2 hours. So it actually makes me kind of proud of myself, low key.
And
she is just proud of herself for nothing. She is proud of herself for any tiny little thing that she decides is an accomplishment, a success, right? I was able to walk around in Target for 2 hours and I didn't pass out. I'm so proud of myself. I mean, she uses the cart as a walker. And I also kind of want to know, if she was in there for 2 hours, how much of that time was spent just like leaning on the walker? I also don't believe she was there for 2 hours because I don't believe anything she says at this point.
And I used to not be that person, and moving to Florida really messed with me. It really truly did. It made me so much worse off physically.
Ooh, girl, and it's only gonna get worse. And that actually makes me really sad because pretty soon you're gonna have a moment in your life. It's only gonna be about 6 months long, but you're gonna be like low-key bedbound. I wish I could just go back to that time. Or
Low-key bedbound. I don't think there is such a thing as low-key bedbound. Either you are bedbound or you're not. And I guess what she means by low-key is that she lied about it, right? It's, I'm bedbound, but I'm not going to tell anybody. But everybody knew. It was so obvious she couldn't do anything. And that's when I think she got to 600 pounds. And she was lucky to have Beck. It's unfortunate for Beck, but again, it's the luck that Amberlynn somehow has. Amberlynn's existence is a great argument for there not being such thing as karma, you know? Because she, other than being huge and struggling kind of all day, every day, there's very little in her life that really is all that bad. Like, she kind of has it made. She can do nothing, make tons of money, and just live in Delulu land all the time. I used to manage an apartment complex, and I hated it because there were so many people that were good, hardworking people working multiple jobs with kids or without kids, but lots of great people that just couldn't make ends meet. And it was not fair. It's not fair that this piece of shit can live in the lap of luxury, doing nothing and taking it for granted and pretending like it's some amazing skill that she has, while these people are working their ass off and can barely make ends meet. So you can tell me all day long that karma exists. I don't believe it.
or even prior to, like when I was in Virginia, and I wish I could have just like stayed on my weight loss journey, like genuinely.
Yeah, duh. That's like the whole fucking point of weight loss journeys. It's a journey. It takes time. You can't do it for a week and expect it to make all the difference.
Because I let myself go. I stopped caring. I met Destiny, and she was very set in her weight, and she didn't understand like how to lose weight or anything. And so like I kind of got in that groove where I didn't care either, because she accepted me and she loved me, and I regret it. I fucked up. Look at me, I fuck up. That's really all I can say.
And even when she says I fucked up, it's right after blaming Destiny. What she's saying is I fucked up by paying attention to what Destiny was doing. Whoops, I fucked up. I let her cause me to gain weight.
I think that's it for now. I hope you guys appreciate this video. I feel like so many people are going to be yelling and mad.
She really thought she was going to come on here. And like she said, whatever other YouTuber that was admitted to a bunch of lies. She thought she was going to come on here, do this bullshit. And that people were going to be like, oh, we love you now. We've decided you're not a lying, manipulative, narcissistic, abusive piece of shit who likes children.
Mad, and the comments are gonna be harsh, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to read the comments.
Yep, girl, this video made a lot of people mad, and still 9 years later, people bring up this very video. And still, if I could go back in time, I would still film it. Because I remember after I filmed...
Of course. Because during the apology video to Beck, I keep saying apology, the bullshit video to Beck, she constantly talks about how she's grown, she's become a better person, I've changed so much. This is a great example of how that is just not true. Not even a little bit. She still thinks that stupid fucking video of her admitting the lies while she lies through her teeth the entire time and just is performative the entire time. She thinks that was a hit. That was great. I don't know what the problem is.
Filmed it, like a weight just like came off of me. It made it to where people didn't trust me anymore, which definitely fucking sucked. But I no longer was guilty, and I no longer was lying to my audience.
I really don't.
She really just said I was no longer lying to my audience. She said in the beginning of this that since this, she has not lied. I haven't lied at all, you guys. Once I did this video, truth from then on. That's all. That's all I've ever told is the truth since then. I think Beck would beg to differ, you know? Wow. As low as the bar was, as big as she is, it's amazing how well she can limbo under that bar.
So this video, I might not read them, but if you guys watch this straight through, I appreciate it so much. This took so much nerve. I can't even explain how much nerve this took, but I appreciate you guys watching this, and I really hope you guys don't hate me. I'm a human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, and I was just trying to protect myself.
And it's not mistakes, it's choices, right? I was watching Judge Boyd, and she had somebody in front of her that had stolen something, and they said, I made a mistake. And the judge said, that's not a mistake, that's a choice. And she said, if you are, let's say it's raining outside, and you go into like a church with your umbrella, and you set the umbrella down, and the person next to you has one too, and as you're getting up, you grab an umbrella and you walk out, and it turns out it was somebody else's umbrella. That's a mistake. But if you walk into the church, you see somebody's umbrella and you take it and walk out with it knowing it's not yours, that's a choice. So if you lie and manipulate and abuse and then come on here and lie through your teeth about it by saying, I'm taking accountability, that's not a mistake, that's a choice.
And while doing so, I not only hurt me, but I probably hurt you guys. So, but I still hope you guys enjoyed this video for what it's worth, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Wow, that was a lot. I did take accountability, but I also had a lot.
Holy shit. It really is mind-boggling that she can say, after watching that, she can say, I took so much accountability. This is just proof that she has no idea what accountability is.
A lot of like weird random excuses and like whiny behavior that I was not jiving with. So I think I can understand why my audience was like, girl, this is not cool. But at the same time,
she thinks people didn't like it because she was whiny, and she mentioned excuses, but she called most of the excuses taking accountability. God, she is fucking up her own ass.
I want to sit here and make excuses for myself and for my past behavior as like a 25-year-old who genuinely was so fucking immature. Like I am super immature.
So think about that. This is interesting. She is trying to say, when I was 25, I was just so immature, you guys. This was right around the time that all that Ask FM stuff started coming out, and when she was hanging out with Libby and all of these things that are a problem. She's coming on here saying, like, you guys just don't know. I was just so immature back then. I was so young. I was only 25. I mean, I can't be held accountable for stuff I was doing when I was 25.
Now as a 34-year-old woman, so imagine how immature I was at 25. So immature, it's insane. But anyways, wow, React Lynn, that was kind of fun, not gonna lie. Now I just...
Yeah, of course it was. You watched a 30-minute video and spoke for like a minute or two. Of course, yeah, I get to watch a video and upload it again and make a bunch of money. Like, of course you liked it.
I just want to react to a million different videos, not me turning into a reaction channel.
And here's the thing. I wouldn't have a problem with it if she actually had something interesting to say that would have made sense, but this was just nothing.
Anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video.
She said, not like I'm going to turn into a reaction channel. Like, yeah, you would suck at it.
And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. This is just proof that she has not grown. I mean, she's grown, but she's not matured at all. Point blank, period. Since 2016, or before, actually. But she really said, I took so much accountability. Wow. Holy shit. This was bad, man. She's so fucking terrible. She is so terrible. Huh. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.